Yo, what's up, gamers? My name is Rebel, and this is Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD for the modern consoles. Right. So the reason why I'm on the world map is because there's actually a bit of pre-run setup we have to do here. So I'm gonna enter this dive for a second here, and we're just gonna restart out. So give me a second there. Alright, cool. Right. That'll come up in a second and I'll explain it as we go through. But let me just go new character spirits. Right, so the category we're doing is New Game Plus. It lets us carry over Dream Eaters or the little animal things we see from our previous save file. Right, so if you're ready on tech, I will go in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so welcome to DDD. The start of this game is all tutorials, as they are in most KH games. So the first boss we have here are the tutorial fights against Ursula. Oh, I find it funny. It's against Ursula. So we have Sora here with a bunch of stuff. The way this game works is we have an attack and then a bunch of commands in depth. And then we're going to be using those to dish out big attacks. And thinking which ones I do use the potions. I do apologise if my voice gets a little bit crackly. I have been kind of ill the past couple of days. That's Ursula. I'm in chat, sorry, it's probably because I'm talking kind of quietly. I have kind of a loud voice, so hopefully if I talk a little bit louder, that'll be a little bit better for it. I didn't want to like go over tune with the microphone. Right, yeah, so I was meant to go into the Traverse Town dive there. As you can see, I've got the ultimate weapon, and I'm in the the dive I restarted from. So this is what's called dive storage. So what dive storage is when they made the HD version of this game, they added in the option to restart out of dive, because that wasn't there in the original game. And as a result of that,
Here we go.
Okay, there we go.
Faster. Here we go.
Insane, let's go, one cycle. Right, so yeah, what it allows us to do is it allows you to enter any dive from like any other dive instance, and what this allows us to do is this allows us to get an A rank on this dive and then get the meteor as a reward immediately, which lets us sell for a ton of money. Now, we haven't done the Traverse Town dive, and we do need to do that for all the A ranks, because we need the A rank reward for doing all the dives for both Sora and Riku. But doing that allows us to skip all the chests.
Yeah.
Please, thank you. Skip that cutscene, and we want to go into this tutorial. So we actually want to go into this tutorial. And then we get to put out the tutorial, because why would we want to do a fight? There's another tutorial we can do that, but that's the only ones we can do it in. So now we get introduced to this game's main game mechanic. This is the Dream Eaters. There we go. So we have to make a Meow Wow and we have to make a Komori Bat. Those two we have to make. Okay, thank you. So one thing that I'll bring up now is every Dream Eater, when you create them, are in a what's called a disposition, and that can dictate like the color of their eyes, the abilities they get, the commands they have on their like ability link tree and things. So if you're doing an 80% run, I would have reset by now because you want blue eyes on your Meow Wow because it gives it a magic boost per se. But luckily on New Game Plus, you don't really need to do that because you have everything you need already. So I'm just mashing the button right now. So we have to buy this ability here, which is Link Critical, because it's part of the tutorial. And then we want to go change party. Right, so we want to actually do a little bit of grinding here because we want to hit level 2. But also we need to get some link points on our Dream Eaters, and the best way to do that is by killing these enemies. Oh, what the hell? Whoa, can I get with these? Okay, thank you. Cool. Now we get to a dive with Riku. So there are dives for every single world, and they are very much tied to entering the world. When we first discovered dive story, shoutouts to Wyatt Wait for discovering it by messing up a dive. Specifically the one I've already done with Queen Butterfly. He messed up that dive, and he then reset, pressed like restart, he then messed up the dive again, pressed restart, messed up the dive again, pressed restart, soft reset because he messed it up again, went into the game and was like, why am I playing this now? And that's how it was found. How much time does it see New Game Plus and New Game? There's about an 8-minute difference between them in terms of the world record. It's like 7-8 minutes or so. It's not as much as you would think it is because of how much power there is in this game that you can easily have access to. It just takes a little bit longer to get access to that power on a new game, which is why it's a little bit slower. So if you played DDD before, this game's main power move, which is easy to access, is called Balloon Rush. And part of the reason why New Game Plus saves so much time is because we have 4 Balloon Rush immediately. Because it's a very early on ability thing on a tree that we can grab from one of the Dream Eaters. So we make Komori back. Go into this tutorial for linking with spirits. Right, we're done playing as Riku for a minute now, so we're going to play Sora again. Yep, there we go. Right, now I need to buy a couple of things. I need to buy a Thundara, Kyoraga. So technically, if we're going to be specific, Kyoras are more orbital than Kyoraga because they take less time to, you know, charge. But what the hell am I doing? But because Aura Lion has a Kyoraga immediately, it's actually better to do that.
Yeah. So long.
Right, just to make sure I'm fine on money, I'm going to grab a little bit extra because I don't want to like mess this up too much. Because as per usual for me, I've been having to prep. I had to prep a run for a different marathon, and I had 3 I had to prep for this one, so I'm not like fully 100% like on it for all my games at the minute. I too like Kingdom Hearts. There we go. Oh yeah, we get to glide around a super glide, bro. So another reason why NG Plus saves time is because we get super glide with Sora, and that's massive amount of time. So if you do get super glide in a new game, but it takes a while to get it. Excuse me while I sell everything I don't need. Dude, that's so much money. Right. So now here we get to our main grinding section for the beginning of this run. This is water barrels. Water barrels are fun. They're a mini game that on the 3DS version you actually had to play through, but on this version you can just quit out of it, and it goes, yeah, you played enough of the mini game, and it gives you some points. Oh my god, I got it. There's a single frame where once you press the secret option thing, you before that menu option comes up, and you can skip this animation. Ooh. Nope. 1 out of 4, so that's well on those frame perfects. Nope, 1 out of 4. So Magic Lapins are our main Dream Eater that we're going to be using for the run. They have a bunch of really useful abilities like Magic Boost and Magic Haste, but their main ability that they get is they get a buff spell called Spirit Roar. And Spirit Roar effectively gives you a massive damage buff while it is active. And it just speeds up so much. Another thing that I'll be looking for, which you wouldn't really notice unless you've played a lot of this game. If you have played this game, you know that this game has a drop meter, and the game forces you to drop between Riku and Sora every now and then. Unless you use a drop me not to reduce it or whatever. But what also happens is, every time you drop between the characters, the weather forecast for the worlds change. And that allows you to potentially get one that's called Overcast. Overcast gives you a 1.5 boost to magic output, which is obviously very useful when we're going to be heavily relying on magic. A lot of this game, you kind of think, oh, why is magic so good? Because all the best Keyblades in this game give you a huge magic increase. Magic boost is much easier to come across than attack boost. Magic spells are a lot more abundant than physical ones. There are really good physical attacks in this game, but as you can see, getting Balloon Road is very easy. You can very easily get another physical attack called Prism Windmill. That's the command you use on the balloonless category of this, because there have been people that have gone, nah, we're not going to use balloon. But with this game is you go from balloon to the next best option, which is spamming that. You're meant to count these out, but I really can't be arsed. I'm just going to go till I've got 4 left. One more, and then I'll check. I went way overboard, bro. But that's fine. By the right abilities. One other thing with this game as well, so the way the blue abilities work, unlike the little red abilities, is blue abilities are only active on your character when you have the Dream Eater in your party, which is why party builds are very, very important in this game. and there we go. We're done with grinding for now. So that's another thing that's good about this game as well, is a lot of your time lost in terms of getting what you need for setup stuff is very front-loaded. Because now that we've done that, we're basically never going to go back into the Dream Eater menu ever again. And as you see, Balloonra, the big boy damage. Oh, he's going to jump on the wall. And that's the first boss. That was Hocker Monkey. You just have to wait for your Balloonras to recharge and then you kind of go ham on him. One funny thing about the dive storage glitch that I showed you is you can actually set up a save file that after this point, by using the Traverse Town dive and another save file that's at least done all the dives for all the levels, you can create a save file that gets the dive reward, the A rank reward at this point in the game, called Dive Wing, which gives you the best magic increase that you can get in a speedrun. And we kind of, when we found the glitch, we made another category called NG plus Dive Wing, which essentially just does that glitch to make a save file, so it's like a race style like save file, which basically sets you up to be very much the same as what you would be in any percent, but you just have Dive Wing. Right, this is the first Traverse Town fight with Riku. We're just gonna do some ground pounds with Flow Motion. Flow Motion is when we go big purple, we can use it for movement or for some big attacks. Okay, you're gonna not the best fight in the world, but that's fine. But yeah, so Flow Motion is for movement and also for doing some ground pounds and other damage. They're not amazingly useful past this point because they use your attack stat for their damage output, which we obviously aren't investing in. So they're not the best, but it's useful for movement like this. So Flow Motion, when you jump onto a wall, you can jump into the wall and then bounce off of it. And basically traverse around all these massive rooms by abusing that all the time. So we go level 3. So we want to hit level 3 and then we want to get a bit more EXP here. I hate it when you miss the low trigger for that fight. Alright, so we're going to go fight Riku's version of Hocker Monkey now. Riku's version is in the silly room that we dropped into in Sora's one. Nice, I actually got the drop there. If you hit the ceiling there, on like the stairwell, you get forced down to the bottom. Another thing with this game, which I probably forgot to mention, is you can skip intros for fights in this game, which is as funny as you think it is. Oh my god, can I like... Oh, I got the stun, let's go. I have overcast as well, so as you can see, my damage is criminally high. So yeah, my damage was criminally high there because I had overcast. Ugh. Alright, so that's that well done with Riku as well. We do have to come back to Traverse Town at the midway point of the game. But for now we can move on. So the actual order of worlds that we do is 100% optimized to not have additional drops. So we have optimized the character order that we play in down to like the most optimal point. So dropping unneedingly does kind of cause issues. One thing which they did change when they ported this game from the 3DS to the PS4 is they made it so the drop gauge takes longer to deplete. So it's not as likely in a speedrun sense that you will drop unneedingly. You can get close if you get unlucky, because depending on what weather forecast, you get different ones speed up the drop gauge. I'm just making sure I get enough points here because I don't want to mess up my aim ranks. So something funny on this version of the game, when you complete the requirement, that's not always the A rank requirement, but the scores all disappear and the timer sometimes stops. So you just have to be like, yeah, I kind of know what I'm doing. Go on, skull noise. Skull noise just gives me more magic. Don't hit Geppetto. God damn it, Riku. So the reason why we came here first is because we don't have to do any force fights or anything immediately in this world, but there is a quick way we can get a bit of EXP here. So we're going to go here. So this is known as Pranks' Paradise in this game. Riku's Pranks' Paradise is inside of Monstro. Sora's is on the island where the kids get turned into donkeys. Because, you know, that's the horrifying part of Pinocchio. So now that we've got level 4, we're going to leave. And we're going to Notre Dame. I'm not going to try and pronounce, like, the actual name of it because I'm going to mess it up, so I just call this Notre Dame. Right, so this is the first Queen Butterfly. We've actually fought Queen Butterfly 2 already, which is the second version of this fight. Because we did that one first for the Meteor command, so we could sell it for big money. But yeah, so this is the first version of this boss. So I'm gonna try and then just gonna go up here. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm not getting one, am I? Okay, I got it. Oh, that was close. For whatever reason, like, he just didn't lock on correctly there. That's one of the more annoying things about dives in this game. Sometimes the hitboxes are not the best. Luckily, you can get a 2-cycle there and still get an A rank, so that's not really much of an issue. Oh, that was weird. Nice. Right, one thing with this game is we do need to come back to the save point, but in this game you have to touch the save points in order to activate them. In some KH games you just have to be in the room, some KH games you do need to touch a save point. It's weird, I don't know why they change it per game, I'd like rather than stick with one. Okay, I skip cutscene, please. Cutscene skips in this game are kind of weird, like, you don't, like, do what you normally do in most games, which is you press start, then press down on the button, like, very quickly afterwards. In this game, you need to press start and then down and X, like, at the same time. Because otherwise, it doesn't, like, otherwise it lags it. And if you do it like that, it does it all at the same time. Right, there we go. That's the bridge. This big dude is Wargoyle. He chased you down that entire time when you're doing that. So something else useful about Balloon Mirror as well is that these take 7 hits to complete. Balloon Mirror is like 7 or more hits. So we just bodies those immediately. Because you know what doesn't Balloon Mirror do? Right, through here. Alright, skip all of that. World map, and we're gonna save warp over here. This legitimately saves like a minute. Save warping over here. It saves so much time.
Yeah.
Another thing with skipping the cutscenes in this game is you can skip. Oh my god, I can't hit a wall. I was trying to flow motion off of a wall there. You can skip cutscenes basically as soon as the loading heart has disappeared. So if you're good on your reaction times, you can kind of go nuts on it. Right, this guy's reality shift. The little purple things I'm doing are called reality shifts. They're activated by pressing the jump button and the command button on the English version. On the Japanese version, it is jump and command. This does actually cause like issues because on the Japanese version of this game, you can't jump. Sorry, it's attack and command, and you can't attack and command at the same time because in the Japanese versions of these games, circle is your attack button because circle is like your accept button for a lot of Japanese games. And then in the English version, it's X. So it causes a little bit of a weird thing with this game because you can jump and use a command at the same time, but you can't jump and attack. So on the English version specifically, when you use your reality shift, sometimes you'll press the button and it'll eat a command instead of actually doing what you want it to do. Yeah, they had to find the cutscene thing in the code and then use a cheat to activate it. Glitched, one of the runners of KH1 made like an entire video about the cutscene skip mod, which is now known as KH1.elf, I think is what it's called. And it encompasses KH1, KH1J, and KH1FM on PS2. Recently, Sonic also got a gummy skip mod working for, like a gummy skip cheat working for KH2 on PS2 as well. So PS2 KH2 has gummy skip as well now. Alright, this is Light Cycle. Light Cycle, I'm going to be pressing the square button for like a minute and a half, so yay to me. So it does actually tell you to de-res your opponents or, you know, kill them, but you don't have to do that. You just have to get to a certain point on the track. Again, it's like do like a lap or two. I actually unironically like the dummy missions. I don't know, I kind of like the pace breaker in the high in like the intense speedrun is KH2. But maybe that's because, like, you know, the main games of KH I run are like this game, BBS and Recon, where they don't really have any downtime. Like this game doesn't have any downtime. Am I still getting hit, please? Because that like slows down a little bit. Because like in KH2, right, they're only really like a big thing in the first half of the game. But like I do understand why people don't like them as like a pace breaker, because a lot of people like to be like, nah, I gotta keep going here. I like the going missions in KH1 as well. I just find them relaxing. I like stop hitting the bloody laser lines, please. They lose you like 0.2 of a second every time. Because luckily you don't have to accelerate in this, you automatically get to top speed. As soon as you're not in like a stand animation. All I'm doing is changing between dash mode and assault mode. Sorry. And that gives you a short burst of speed. Right, this is Commantus. Commantus is going to be annoying now and probably like troll me. Yeah. He has a couple of attacks he can do. The one you need him to do is the one where he comes towards you and tries to hit you. So it looks like he's going to give me double double mine square. This is the attack you want to see. There is a glitch you can do on this guy, but I'm awful at getting it to work, but you get caught behind his, like, arms. That's a terrible fight. But yeah, there's a glitch where you can get caught behind his arms, and just kind of get stuck in there and just hold the attack button. They actually try and do that on the high difficulty runs of this, because you do less damage. So being able to get in there and, like, stay there is so much nicer. Right, now that we're done with Light Cycle, we're going to shove on Guardian Bell. So, if you've got a glimpse of it, the reason why Guardian Bell is good is because there's a 10 strength, 10 magic stat, which is part of the reason why we do Notre Dame before anything else in terms of completing a world. Right, so this boss fight is, the grids are in the grid now. As you can see, Riku has his nice little grid outfit on. This boss fight here can be a little bit of a troll. The enemies spawn in like a wide area, and balloon may be broken, but yeah, it does leave you vulnerable for a while the attack is going off. And also, if the balloons have to travel too far, they may hit into walls and things, and that's not what you want to see. Oh, this is... There we go. Just trying to make sure my positions are somewhat okay. And another thing you want to be doing as well is, if you can get hit out of balloon rows after the balloons have all spawned out, that's good because it animation cancels it. Bro, you like... Thank you. What a terrible fight, bro. Big bro on that one. Right, so now that we've done that, we have to do a little bit of movement around the grid here. Oh my... Apparently that's screwed me. Right, there is a pretty dangerous enemy in here, and it's not even like a regular, like, Nightmare Dream Eater thing. It's the guns on the walls. They are very scary. They are spooky scary. Because you need them to give you a reality shift, and they don't always give it to you. The reality shift in this world is you just press the buttons as they come up. Onto this wall. Right, this room here can be very scary. You need to do 2 of these. And I have died in this room many times because they just won't give you the reality shift. Another cool quirk of flow motion is you fall faster when you're in flow motion, so we use that to drop down faster than what it would be if we weren't in flow motion. Cool. I'm trying to make sure I keep hitting walls here because I don't want to keep restarting the flow motion animation. Cool, take the elevator. Right, so now that we're done with that, we've done our movement. Now we're going to the boss of this world. And that is Commantis. So Commantis is being commanded by a dude. He'll be speaking it in the background. He'll be like, go, do it. And you're like going, yeah, cool. So Commandos is split up into a few phases. He's one of the only bosses in this game that has like a proper like HP gate that has to be broken with something. So every time he gets knocked over, you have to do the reality shift on him. Because that breaks his HP bar. So what we're really doing is trying to get a HP break. Using a balloon rat and then going into the reality shift, because that not only does the reality shift, but as soon as the reality shift is over, the balloons start to disperse and hit him because he's vulnerable immediately. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm okay. Okay, you have to be like, you know, dying there already. So I have to be very careful here because if your Dream Eaters die, they disappear completely and you lose full access to them. As in, like, you lose all their abilities, all their things that you've unlocked on them, they just disappear. And the fact that happened in like one of the first ring of bosses is not bode well. But that was Commandos. It wasn't too bad, apart from having to revive a Dream Eater. In the same fight, if they die, you got to do the mash thing, and every time they die within that fight, the mash thing takes longer to do. Is that a question for me? Sorry, because usually people call me Rebel, or, you know, my nickname that some people may have heard of, Rassive. I like Birth by Sleep as my favourite of the KH games. It's the one I put the most amount of time into. It's the one I liked the most as a kid. Oh no, that's terrible. My soft spot for this one comes from doing speedruns. So I learned this game originally on 3DS, just because I had a 3DS capture card at the time, because I had a friend who was selling one. And we kind of just did races, because back in the day, this game on 3DS only had 2 save file slots, and one of them had to be dedicated to your New Game Plus save file. So we kind of just like did a lot of like random stuff in this game. We never really did any testing. We were just kind of like, yeah, let's just kind of YOLO. Okay, it's going to be annoying now. Oh, then he's going to come back to my side. Of course he is. Oh, it's a terrible fight. So, if you don't have Overcast and you don't get lucky with getting the second reality shift on that guy, because you can get 2 in a row, that kind of happens. But also, I'm also really low leveled as well. I'm gonna end this game at level 15 with Riku and level 13 with Sora. So not only do we go fast in this, it's also a low level run as well. Right, so something that I brought there that's important is a magic game. Whenever you're playing as a character, you get what are called droplets. And you can spend those droplets on dropping to get certain things. So I've just grabbed a magic game for Sora, so now all of his magic attacks are going to get a slight boost in power, which helps speed up things even if you don't get an overcast. It's not actually consistent whether you get them or not, because enemies can drop 3 different items and the game kind of just chooses which one it's dropping for you. And you don't always get the droplets every single time. You sometimes get HP or you sometimes get other things. So again, if you haven't assumed it by now, pressing
Here we go.
dive button here, or the X button here, and dashing forward is the fast way to move in dives.
Faster. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
You can actually kind of glitch it, where if you miss a target, you can like fly towards like the abyss. It's a little bit like if you know about Sonic 06 runs, it's a little bit like Wave Ocean Skip. Not exactly the same because that functions because of how broken the mechanics are, but it kind of looks very similar.
Yeah. Here we go.
It is a little bit difficult to do in most levels outside of the Travis Town dive for Sora. Right, so I need to put on small noise. Right, so now we're gonna use Comet. So Sora gets these special abilities with Dreamers. This is Comet. You can skip this cutscene, but you know, you've got to see the majesty that is this move. And it just scream nukes like a ton of enemies for you.
Take this. Ha. Take this. Ha. Hey.
I have to quickly go into the church real quick. We'll go into this room. Right, so we're coming up on one of my least favourite fights in this entire game. This is the flowers fight. Such known because you got to fight the real flowers.
Yeah. Hey, take this.
And these things are annoying. That was really good for the first one. She not only came towards me, she got like bodied immediately. So you can very easily die in this section. So can your Dream Eaters.
Ha. Take this. Yeah.
That's that one down. One more to go.
Yeah. Hey, take this. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey. Ha.
thank you. Right, so I've got to go across the bridge again. I'm going to super glide it this time. I'm going to set up a super glide here, and I'm going to keep hitting items to nudge my height up a little bit. So super glide loses height over time, but by nudging items you can maintain a little bit of that height. And it's very useful. It doesn't come up too often, but that's one of the instances where it does come up. So now we're going to go to this next section over here. So Sora has a completely different section of Notre Dame he goes to here. So he goes to the cemetery and all the undergrounds. I'm going to quickly stop on the safe one though, just to make sure my Dream Eaters are at full HP. Because this game loves to heal Sora and Riku, but really doesn't like to heal the Dream Eaters. So you'll go into fights, and if you're not in full HP, you'll be fine on Sora and Riku because it heals you, but it won't heal the Dream Eaters. Which is part of the reason why at the beginning of the game, when we don't have the command deck space for Kiraga, it gets a little bit scary because you can't like make sure the Dream Eaters survive. Because they are kind of dummies, so... And then you just run into danger. Again, I apologise, I have been a bit sick recently. Don't hit Esmeralda. I love attack and talk being on the same things sometimes because you'll just swing into people trying to talk to them. This is Wargoyle, but he's grounded. He is a little bit easier to fight than the other one. He does have a... His gimmick is he just doesn't care about you and like attacks at you. Which is useful for damage boosting.
Yeah, take,
but not useful when you get stuff like that.
yeah, take this. Ha.
And you have to like dodge around to try and like get a hit in there. I have Guardian Bell now, which is useful. So all those little like rainbow like things that popping up that go skip for now or read, they're like Chronicle editions. So this game was like the game before they started doing like one of the last games they started doing before the remakes, and not the remakes but the re-releases and stuff. So it was very much trying to tell the entire story but just in this game. So this game has like the plot of like every other game in like the like documentation form, like the reports and things.
Here we go. Ha. Here we go. Ha. Here we go.
Whereas, you know, in classic Square fashion, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna release a game on like a platform that has never had any other PH game on it.
Here we go. Ha.
And now you have to just like, you know, make it important to the plot.
Faster. Faster. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so this one here we just have to put a bunch of balloons with, we'll be doing that. We're going to use laser spin because laser spin is goated for this. And if you just move around in random directions when you have laser spin active, and try and make it go past the thing, not only does it burst a bunch of things for you, it also does a bunch of things like further down as well. Alright, having a quick conversation with Jiminy Cricket there, put on Guardian Bell. I'm finally going to use those two Thundaras. The Thundaras are useful here, but I do have to do a little bit of sandbagging here. I mean, we're going to walk a little bit here to make sure our commands recharge. Because the start of this fight is criminal sometimes if you don't have a command to use immediately. So these are Jester Bockies. Jester Bockies are very annoying. They like to do this to you. And now I'm just stuck here until I unfreeze.
Take this. Take this. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. Thunder. Thunder.
Oh, I'm gonna get stunned now. Nice.
Take this.
So these are Kuma Pandas. They like to release the things from the floor.
Yeah. 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 Thunder. Yeah.
Not the worst fight I've seen of that one, but that was pretty bad. Right, so another thing we're going to be doing in this world as well, so I did mention that we're going to be finishing the game kind of low level with Sora. We don't actually get enough EXP without stopping to do a little bit of grinding with Sora to get what we need, so we're actually going to get to level 10 in this world. Because not only does it give us another magic increase to make the next couple of bits a little bit faster, it's also faster to do it here than it is in other places. Because enemies in this game, especially when you're low level, give a boatload of EXP.
Thunder. Take this.
So you can like
Yeah. Take this.
get fun from them, so we're just going to kill a few things with EXP here.
Take this. Thunder. Thunder. Take this. Yeah. Yeah. Take this.
Thank you. Oh. Right, go into this fight now. So another good thing about fighting enemies as well is it fills up the purple bars, the pink bars underneath the Dream Eaters. That's the link gauge. We need that for doing big comet move.
Take this. Yeah. Take this. Yeah.
Thank you for coming to us. Thunder.
Yeah. Thunder. Take this.
Okay, bro.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Take this. Ha. Ha. There. Take this. Yeah. Thunder. Take this. Yeah. Ha. Take this. Ha. Thunder. Take this. Ha. Take this. Ha. Thunder. Take this. Yeah.
We're kind of a poor fight, but whatever. I lost a little bit of time on the grinding as well because I did the wrong thing on the panda. But I should be okay on EXP, which is what you want. I'd rather get the EXP than be fine on time. EXP is way more important.
Thunder! Thunder!
Nice guys. Down here.
Thunder!
These guys.
Thunder! Take this! Yeah!
Those guys. Right. A little bit more EXP to get level 10. We're level 9 right now.
Thunder! Thunder! Take this! Ha! Take this! Yeah! Take this! Ha! Take this!
Oh, okay.
Take this! Yeah!
Right, so I want to touch the ground here. Down here.
Thunder!
Hopefully let's get level 10, now we can move on.
Yeah!
Okay, nice like that.
Ha!
Right, there's an unskippable cutscene that plays if we go too close to the ground here, so I'm not gonna
Yeah!
try not to trigger that.
Yeah!
Again, there's no unskippable cutscene here if you get too close to the ground, so we're gonna not trigger that either. Then we'll get 4 hit points.
Ha!
Right, this is Chill Clubster. He's a big chill guy. Thank you. Let me skip the cutscene.
Take this! Yeah! Yeah! Take this! Yeah! Take this!
And also because I'm level 10, I do a little bit more damage to this guy now, which is useful
Take
for
this! Yeah! Take this! Yeah!
getting rid of all his hit
Take
points.
this! Yeah! Take this! Yeah! Take this! Yeah! Heal! Take this! Yeah! Take this! Yeah! Take this! Yeah!
Right, cool. We're just done now, so we can just stand here and wait for him to move on his phases. So when he's at 0 hit points, he has to go through his different phases and things. And when he does his little power up again, then he'll knock down this platform here, and then we'll be able to move on with the fight, but we've got to get through that first. So he's going to do that now, and then he's going to rise up, and he's going to hit the platform down.
Take this! Ha! Yeah! 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 Ha!
On the 3DS version, this cutscene could get glitched and just stay on a shot of Monstro here. For this entire cutscene. So you just see Monstro, then suddenly you cut to the next bit of the fight. So now that we've rescued Monstro from this bit, we're on a timed part here where we have to get to Chill Lobster and burst the bubble in his butt. So he's going to shoot little lasers at us to try and push us back, so we're going to just move left and right to try and avoid them. end there. That's fine. Not worse. You sometimes can dodge getting pushed back by that one, but it doesn't always happen there. Right, that's the end of Frank's Paradise. Right, so now we've got the grid now. So, grid has another dive boss for us. So, this is Brawler Mari. So, the gimmick that it's meant to be is each of the characters fight like a version of a boss. So, Riku fights the first version of Queen Butterfly, and then Sora fights the second. Sora fights the first version of Brawler Mari, Riku fights the second. That's kind of the gimmick that they got going. So, this version of Brawler Mari is fairly easy. He always takes 2 cycles to beat. One cycle down. On the second time we see this guy, there is a trick you can do to skip a cycle, but I won't likely get it because I'm bad at it. My PB has it, and it's the only time I've ever gotten it, so it's very fun to go up against a PB which just has like 30 seconds that you know you're probably going to lose because you're bad at a skip or bad at a trick. Always a fun time because it's just kind of hard to get. Brawler Mari. Brawler Mari.
Here we go.
Brawl now. Brawler Mari 1 defeated.
Faster! 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 Ha!
Right, so now we've actually got a couple of things we need to grab in the grid. I'll say a couple of things. There's one very important chest that we need to grab. What am I doing? There's no menu here. We just get to go. Another funny thing about Super Glide is, yeah, we can Super Glide up basically any surface, which is amazing. Go through the door, please, thank you. There we go. Skip the cutscene, please. Thank you. Head for the docks. Now we've got to get on the Solar Sailor again. So unlike Riku, Sora has to go through a Solar Sailor like section. But it's useful for us because there's a balloon chest that we're going to go and grab. So we now have our 6 ballooners that we're going to use for the whole game now.
Yeah. Take this. Yeah.
Over here. Cheeky little balloon chest right here. And now we can move on. Nice bit of movement there. Did that pretty well. Right, so the boss in the grid for Sora is Rinsler. So we're just gonna get in his face and use some balloon res. He's actually really good at hitting you over and over and over again. So he could be used for damage boosting if he gets in your face and starts going nuts.
Take this. Take this. Take this.
Unless he decides to do that and hit you out of what you need to do. be back. Alright, and that's the end of the grid. Now that we've done all that, we get to go back to Traverse Town. So both Sora and Riku have to go to Traverse Town before the next Ring of Worlds unlocks. So we're going to go back to Traverse Town now with Sora and then go with Riku because we could go straight to his other Ring of Worlds with Riku afterwards. So we need Ferris gear because we need a bit of an increase in strength for what we need to do. So Comet uses your strength stat, so we need a little bit more strength to one-shot some of the enemies in this room that we're coming up to. And then we switch back to Guardian Bell. And it is worth it to swap. So when you kill 3 enemies in this bit here, and that spawns the rest of them, and then we just drop a big rock. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Shoutouts to Nibiru, because that's basically the feeling I get when I see a Nibiru, is big rock drop. So I want to hit level 11 before I leave for a while, so I'll hit level 11. I'll make sure though. So safe warping here saves a little bit of time. And Sora's fight here is a boss rush for some of the previously fought bosses. So we have Hopper Monkey, Warfall, and the Charcoal Lobster again. I'm level 10 with a magic game, so I like completely wrecked this guy's HP bars. So this is Spellican. We'll do a Spellican at a later date. Yes, I got it. If time of Bloomer correctly there, you get stunned on him, and you can get loads of damage out before he really good wall there. I need to do it shortly. Thank you. So that move there increases your drop gauge. So it goes down faster, but it leaves him wide open for damage. So it's actually the best move for him to do. Because we no longer need to play a Sora for a little bit now, so we're going to drop to Riku after this. So we get Knockout Punch. Put a Knock-On Punch, and then we're going to... I've got a frame perfect trick there as well, by the way. You can pause before you get the unlock. I have also been mashing for it on the, whenever the world map does its, like, big, like, ring around of all the things, you can actually get the, you can get out of pause before that comes up. And you can use it to either drop or go to Flip Crush and then go back to the map again. Oh, I was meant to save walk, but... it doesn't matter anymore. Save warping only saves a couple of seconds here. Even though I grabbed the save point. Just need to go in here. So, you know how we had to kill a bunch of enemies with Sora to get a bunch of EXP? Yeah, we don't need to do that as Riku because this next fight we're coming up to gives us a ton of EXP. Riku has 2 fights where he gains just a boatload of EXP. So we're going to abuse those to the max. Because we're so low level, the EXP we get is so much greater. Well, it's not really great. It's the same amount, but because we're so low level, we level up a lot faster, obviously, because we need less EXP to get to where we need to get to. So I'm already level 6, already level 7. I'm already level 8. 9. And level 10. Yeah, I walked into that fight at like level 5. No, level 4 maybe? Level 4 or 5? 5 I think. And we leave it at level 10, which is like, you know, double what we were. At the end of this world. Up in there. Again, we're going to be using flow motion to fall faster, because I'm going to go, because I want you to go up here. Okay. Alright. Let's do that. So the next one we're going to go to is Symphony of Sorcery, because Symphony of Sorcery has a boss where it doesn't matter what level we are. And also has a couple of really good items that we need. So we need an elixir and we need 0 Gravizer. So yeah, Gravizer. So 0 Gravizer is this game's version of Magnet, because this game doesn't have Magnet. One more mega flare now that we could use to clean up the rest of this. We need 30 kills, but one mega flare. Easy. Alright. So Symphony of Sorcery is this game's Fantasia world. So we're going to go through a little bit of a musical adventure here in the musical realm. So this world's reality shift is playing some music. Oh god. But by skipping the last one of all of them, as long as you hit goods on the rest of them, you can miss 1 or 2 of them or most of them and still get a pass. And it skips 1 bit of the fireworks, saving you like 42 seconds every time you do one of those mini games. This is 0 Gravizer. Sorry, Gravizer, sorry. Oh, lovely. Riku, get off the bloody thing, please. Thank you. Sorry, I'm going to stand up for a second there. Right, plays a cutscene. Oh, there we go. I just stretched my leg. Alright. We're going into the Golden Woods now. So one thing we're going to do in the Golden Woods, you don't normally see this in most KH runs, but we're actually going to, I think it's that one. We're going to save the game real quick. Oh, sorry. I need to... So we save the game. We're going to drop to Sora. Which you think would be weird, because I said we don't need to drop unintentionally. I'll need to pick up items again in a minute, that's fine. But we're actually going to go into the Traverse Town dive here. And soft reset. So the reason why we save is because obviously we need a save in order to soft reset. And still have our valid run. So now we're going to load that save. And then we're just going to continue on. Grabbing this elixir. So there is actually a really, it's not amazingly difficult, but there is a movement strat you can do here called the Golden Wall Glide, if I remember correctly is what it's called. I never do it because I'm terrible at it, but you can like, so you can't flow motion at the very tippy top of the wall that, we're approaching here, but you can flow motion like up to where the leaves are, and by doing like this move here at the right place, you can launch yourself up to the top. And that's the Golden Wall Glide or Golden Wall, whatever it's called, I can't remember. It used to be like things that people used to do back in the day. To be like, yeah, I'm the cool one, I'm doing the Golden Wall, and I'm there like, nah bro, I'm not risking losing 30 seconds to messing up Golden Wall Glide. Okay camera, thank you for spinning the speed of light there. So taking that route there just skips going around the area they just showed us. Right, now we're coming up on Chernobog. Oh yeah, Chernobog counts as a dive, so by going in and out of the Traverse Town dive, we can now do the dive return here instead of fighting Chernobog.
Yeah! Here we go! Yeah!
Thus fixing the problem we had at the beginning of the run where we haven't done Sora's Traverse Town dive.
Here we go!
And this is what we call Chernobog skip.
Yeah! Yeah! Ha! 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 Here we go! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Faster! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Fine! Here we go!
So skipping Chernobog does pose like a little bit of a problem for Riku because we don't get a HP increase and he has one less command deck slot, but really that doesn't matter that much. And yeah, it just treats everything as normal. There you go, there's counterpoint. Yeah, yeah, it's just everything goes back to normal. Right. Now this is Brawler Mario 2. Brawler Mario 2 I mentioned earlier has a cycle skip. I will try and go for it, but I'm bad at doing it, so I won't reliably get it. If I get it, I will save about 30-ish to 37 seconds, if I remember correctly, is what it is. But I'll point out when it comes up to it. So first cycles are exactly the same as before, then he'll turn around, then he's got some other colourful blobs on his butt that we're going to hit. So if you get hit by this move he's doing here, actually, this move here where he charges out, you don't get a chance to hit him, and if that happens on any of these, you just kind of have to reset and just try again because you won't get the A rank. You need to get, like, at least, you have to beat this guy in 5 cycles, essentially. So now he's going to go in with his butt and try and hit us with some more attacks. So during this part here, when he opens up his area for taking damage now, when he does his big attack here, so he's going to do a couple of cycles, then he's going to do a big attack here where he sends out like a big heat wave, and we have to hide behind some rocks, which is this here. So we're going to hide behind a rock. And what I need to do is I need to get a random last hit. Get it. So you need to get one additional hit before he closes up there, right at the end, because otherwise you don't get the cycle. You need to destroy 2 globs on one cycle, and then you can get a 2 cycle on this land. I think I did the setup there wrong anyway, so. Oh, 7. Make sure I don't get bodied here, because if you get bodied here, you lose like so much time. So now in this part of the fight, the rocks will move. There you go, that's part of Mari. After this we have one more dive boss we have to do, and that's with Sora. So we have to fight Green Butterfly too. Again. Right, another reason for going to Simply the Sorcery first is we get counterpoint. And counterpoint gives us 14 magic, which is better than anything we can have at this point. The only other thing better is Dive Wing, which is the Keyblade we get after this. So I'm going to sell Fire, sell Dark Barrier, sell that, and sell that. I want to buy Collision Magnet, I want to buy Kiora. This one.
Thunder!
Cool, so everything I do in this world with additional enemies is just to get EXP.
Drift! Thunder! Thunder! Yeah!
Make sure I need to make sure I kill an extra enemy or 2 in the next room, because you're meant to hit level 11 there. So this is Find Beagle Boys, where we have to find the Beagle Boys. First one is here. We just do that crank and then he drops down. Actually, Power Spirit Roar is going in right now. Double Spirit Roar? Damn, they're spamming Spirit Roar to me right this second. I'm gonna try and get this kill. Right, there's a couple of ways you can do this next bit of the room. I do it the old way because I'm really bad at the new way. I say new way, it's been around for a while, but you can go around the other side and get both of these Beagle Boys at the same time. I've always been found right, so I just don't do it. Cool, now would be good, guys. 15. And that's the final level up we're going to get for Riku. Because that's all we need. Now we've done Beagle Boys, we're going to do Holy Moly now. And holy moly, this fight can be a absolute crapshoot. What a terrible location.
Thunder! Thunder! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
If you get a Spirit Roll at the start of this fight, you can get one cycle there, but it's not really something you want to be shooting for that much. So this is hand phase, hands appear at the ground and just start slapping the crap out of everything. Hopefully they don't die.
You're done!
So once hands are done, he's going to appear at the ground again.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
And that's that. I've only ever got one cycle once in that fight, and it is in a marathon run that I did in 2018. So if anyone goes to me, one cycle was fake, I'm like, nah, I've got video evidence of it, bro. Alright. Oh, you're kidding me, bro. I was 2 points short of getting another thing. Alright. For Sora here, we're going to be a little bit cheeky. We're actually going to do his next 2 drops now. So because we've actually done the final drop of his story already for an A rank, which is Queen Butterfly, what we can do is we can do his next 2 drops now, and we can get our final Keyblade 2 worlds earlier than usual. So we're just going to quickly do this.
Yeah! Back off! Yeah! Yeah! Faster! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Is that one done? So the good thing about this one is that it doesn't push you into any fights or anything. It just, you skip a couple of cutscenes and then you can leave again. So you barely lose any time doing that one, like, early. This is the Country Musketeers dive. I love this dive to pieces. It's very funny.
Here we go.
I also love the movie that this world's based on as well.
Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Faster. Yeah.
The entire thing is themed around like a comic book. Okay, bro.
Here we go.
Yeah, whatever you say, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Fight. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All this now. This was pretty easy day rank, so we have to worry too much about it.
Here we go. Yeah.
Follow the route, collect the stuff we need, easy peasy. That's what a lot of these are. There's only a couple of them that are like actually hardware rank. And there you go, there's dive mode.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go. Take this. Ha. Take this. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. Take
So
this.
you do all the enemies and get level 12, which is
Yeah.
cool. There you go. Right, so another quirk of this game is when you edit your command deck, all the commands have to recharge. We do need to do a command deck edit, but we don't need to do it right now because we just need balloon res for the next bit. But
Yeah.
having this bad boy on will make us do more damage. So
Heal.
oh, I didn't kill.
Take this. Ha. Take this. Yeah. Take this. Ha. Take this. Yeah. Take this. Ha.
Mighty mountain.
Take this. Ha. Take this. Yeah.
Big damage there. Yeah, dude, balloon is amazing. It's funny because it's broken because just they didn't program anything to have a weakness to it. Like, because it doesn't have a magic type. And if it did, it probably wouldn't be as broken like as it is. Yeah, like because there is water type in this game. Like, because a couple of the Dream Eaters have like water moves, so you can get water boost in this game. But balloons are just typeless and nothing resists it. And because nothing resists it, you can make it do mega damage because obviously nothing is like immune or like takes less damage from it, and you can just be like, alright, bet, let's go. Also, there's nothing really like gliding upstairs either.
Drift. Thunder. Time. Take this. Ha. Take this. Ha. Take this.
I'm gonna mess up a little bit here, but it's fine.
Thunder. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to fight the yeah, literally. I'm gonna have to fight the next force fight out because I accidentally used the bloody elixir at the wrong time. So
Drift. Thunder.
I might be able to recover it. Don't think so though. We're gonna try. How much is gonna give me? Ah, not enough. So we're meant to use Comet in the next fight, but we're going to be losing a bit of time because I'm an idiot. But I have got big keyblades, so my damage will be good. So normally you blow this fight up in about 2 seconds.
Take this.
But
There. Take this. Ha.
it's going to be a little bit slower than what it should be.
Take this. Ha. Yeah. Take this. Take this. Hey.
Take it.
this. Ha.
So normally Comet deals with that fight, but I was trying to. I was hoping Sudaneku would go nuts, but he didn't. Goodbye, no roars. You're no longer needed. Outside of your haste and magic boost, I no longer need you. So I'm at my endgame level now with Sora. By the way, we're saving Mickey from drowning there. That's the, you know, plot. Because Pete puts him in like a underground like dungeon that fills up with water, and there's like a sign that says you must be this tall to not drown. And he's not that tall. Like legit, actually, like bro tries to murder him. Right, so this is Beagle Boys and Pete. Beagle Boys are pretty easy because we've already dealt with them before, so we're gonna get bodied by our invaders apparently.
Take this. Ha. Take this. Ha. Take this. Ha. Take this. Yeah. Grip. Yeah. Take this. Thunder. Oh, ha.
And this minigame is we have to, you know, do the action that's in the golden barrier, like, image.
Oh, ha.
Oh, he's got, like, he's got his entire toolbox.
Yeah. Thunder. Take this. Yeah. Ha, ha.
Right, now we shot those guys into Pete. Pete's going to come down. The reason why we have slow is because Pete likes to do his desperation move, or as what I might refer to as a DM. So essentially, Pete will just fly into this move whenever he wants to. I'm kind of relying on my Dreamy is giving me a Spirit Roll.
Take this. Yeah. Take this.
Like that.
Thunder. Hold on. Time. Take this. Yeah.
And look how much damage I do. There we go, and that's the end of Pete. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right, now we gotta go back to Symphony of Sorcery now. Quick menu here. Into the musical realm. I'm overcast? Holy moly. Actually, no, I think I have a drop accelerator. Okay. Oh, no, I don't have. Yeah, no, I don't have it. I have a drop accelerator, so. Right, there we go. This is the tree room. Trium has a bunch of wind everywhere, so we're going to use the wind to find where we need to get to. You don't want to attack, go near the thunderclouds because they do big damage to you. Oh, normally Zero Gravigo goes at the top of the deck, but that's fine. The boss fight we got in this world is Spelican. I don't like Spelican. No runner really likes Spelican. Spelican is an annoying enigma of a boss. But Spelican does have one weakness. So Spelican loves to teleport, and Collision Magnet absolutely does not go, just goes through it. So he tries to teleport and Collision Magnet grabs him out of it. That's the main reason why we have it, because I know it's weird. I said we focus on magic and we have a physical attack. But it's just for controlling Spelican a little bit, like, better. And because it stuns him again, you get a higher chance of getting a Spirit Roll, so you can potentially get more damage output just going. And that's the end of the movement section of this world. We have the music instrument thing that he needs to stop Mickey from being caught in magic. Alright, Spelican time. Right, so the first phase of this fight, we just have to catch up to him. So these little globs on 60 FPS are kind of annoying to avoid sometimes. Depending on where you are when he shoots them, you can't always avoid them. So here I'm going to have to, like... Oh my god, he's shooting them in, like, actually decent places there. He's going to find them again, isn't he? Get no shot of putting them there. There you go, that's that. Right. And he was also affected by Zero Gravigo as well, so we can like do that, use 3 of these on him. He's gonna try to teleport, he's not gonna get away with it. I got That was a terrible fight. Actually awful. Right, now we're done with that, we can now go on to the final world. So both characters obviously have the same final world. We got to go to World That Never Was. We do unfortunately have to fight Queen Butterfly 2 again as Sora. So, you know, big sads on that one. Because we thought when we found dive storage we could maybe skip this, but nope, not how it works. Because there's a story flag triggered by the end of, you know, a dive. And you can't enter the world without doing a dive.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Luckily I don't need A rank it, so I can eat a bit of crap here and be okay. Oh my god, one cycle again?
Here we go.
Wasn't a good Queen Butterfly 2, but double one cycle in one run is kind of high. Right, so at the start of this world, we get forcefully dropped to Riku. No, let me out, please. Fortunately, no magic game. Very upsetting there. To contrast, Sora's really annoying dive there. Riku gets a very easy one. Where we just have to get to the end. We do have to complete the task of getting all the points, but that is actually the A rank requirement. Is this amount of points is the A rank thing. So easy. Right, so I've not been very lucky with overcast, so hopefully the game's been saving all my overcast for now. I'm going to be checking in a second, see if I've overcast. If I do, then big hype. If I don't, then oh no. Nope, don't have it. Big rip on that one. So some people would drop until they get it, but I'm not one of those people. I CBA. I will just take whatever the game gives me. My estimate's really generous anyway. So I can afford to just not have it. So, as you can tell, the reality shift for this one is you have to slash those little things and then you do this cutscene. You have to do it in 3 slashes or it resets itself. Some of the patterns are easy 1 slash, some are 2, some are 3s. It's random which one you get, so. So this one here is always 2, unless you sit there and wait for like 5 minutes. But then it times itself out, so you just gotta do it until it's easier. So high jump is, I only use it as Riku because it's useful in one of those final boss fights to have it. I don't use it as Sora because it saves like no time to put it on.
Sorry. Yeah.
So many of these you gotta do, bro. And once we've done all this, we basically just get nothing but boss fights. We do have to do a bit of movement with Sora, but most of this final part is just all boss fights. It's part of the reason why we need to get all the level ups we do early, because killing enemies in this world is very slow. Because you have large HP bars, because the battle level in this world is quite big. And obviously we're very under it. So that's the room open now. Cool, we're coming up on everyone's favourite boss fight in this game, Anti-Blackcoat. So I will need to do a little bit of concentration on Anti-Blackcoat because Anti-Blackcoat is a bit of a bum. What he does is he just kind of spams and attacks at you, but he has a really dangerous one where he sends like a glob under the floor at you and it picks you up into the air. It drains you to 1 hit point, throwing HP orbs everywhere, which he can heal by picking up. But you can't do anything in the air until you hit the ground again. You can't use any commands or do anything else, and it's very likely that he'll pull out a hitbox to hit you on the way out of that attack. So, but make sure I don't get bodied by that. Also, the pipes are annoying. Perfect pipes. They can sometimes just throw you off or not let you hit them at the right angle. Alright. Anti-Blackcoat time. I get a Spirit Roll game, that was amazing. Oh, didn't get it. Alright, didn't get bodied there. I was just spraying and praying. That's how you get through that fight fast. You spray and play, you spray and pray. Right, next up is Ansem 1. Ansem 1 starts us on this little flying bit. You can get your arena back, but it's not actually worth it to do it. I'm just gonna stand here and use balloons. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit by tackle because tackle can body me. there where he charges around. That move can actually destroy you. Wasn't too bad there. So that's Anthem 1 dealt with. Now that we dealt with Anthem 1, we get flung straight into Anthem 2. If you know any of the memes from Dream Drop Distance, this next cutscene I'm skipping is the one where Ansem goes darkness within darkness. Everyone's favourite quote from this game, darkness within darkness, and that's stupid, or that's crazy. This fight here will probably get a DM in because I don't have good damage. And my Dream Eaters are not being nice. That's very well. I do need another one though. This is going to come out during this. Give me another one. Thank you. Nice. Nice. We skipped the desperation move because the Dream Eaters gave me the spirit rolls. Let's go. Right, so now that we've done those, we kind of have to drop to Sora because Sora has to deal with his final boss fight before we can do the final fights in this game. We haven't got that much movement to do with Sora, we just got a little bit we got to do. Right, so Sora's boss is Xemnas. Xemnas is kind of scary actually. Because he can do a few moves that can do a lot of damage to you. Reminder, I'm only level 13 and I'm in the final world. So dying is not actually like out of the realm of possibility for me. And when you die in this game, all your commands have to recharge from, like, used. I haven't mentioned that because it hasn't come up yet, but yeah, when you die in this game, all your commands have to recharge from 0.
Oh. Yeah.
Even if they were full when you died. So yeah, you want to do that. If Xemnas does his ring of lasers and I'm not ready for it, I can just die. Because it does one-shot you if you're even at max health at the level that I'm at. I don't have any defense boost or any defense really, because why would I? Great.
Take that.
High jump actually only saves not doing that ledge grab, by the way. That's the only thing it saves on the entire game with Sora. I wasn't even looking at the screen for a second there, I was like, drifted off. I just assumed my hand would go in the right way, and it did. Right, so something else about the beginning of this fight. The Magic Lapins get bodied by buildings. So they're going to take a brick of damage from the buildings that Xemnas is about to throw. gonna get over quickly.
Take this. Here.
Kill them before they.
Take this. Take
Move back towards them a little bit because they'll spend time getting to you rather than trying to cast spirit on you or do other things if they're too far away from you.
Take this. 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 Together.
We're going to do this stack here just to, you know, stop the pyramid from getting bodied by building it for a couple of seconds here. And you don't want to do this reaction command or reality shift because if you do, bad things happen. By bad things, that means Zemnis gets like hyper armor for the rest of the fight, and he's really annoying.
Take this. Take this. Take this.
Oh, they healed me. I wasn't paying attention to that.
Take this. Take this. Take this. Take this.
Let's put it real back. Not bad. Not too terrible. I did actually save time on my PB there. My PB had a way better split there, and my gold has perfect RNG with overcast, so saving time there is actually like pretty good. And that's us done playing a Sora for the rest of the game. We have 2 more boss fights we need to do. We've got one against Young Master Xehanort and one against Armor Ventus Nightmare. So as you can see, the drop gauge has disappeared because we can no longer play as Sora because Sora has been kidnapped. Because Sora gets kidnapped by Xehanort because he wants to Nort him. Because, yeah, he turns people into Xehanorts. Don't worry about it. Don't question it. It's just what we do around here. Right, the Young Master Xehanort is kind of annoying. He likes to teleport around and be annoying and shoot things from all over the screen. But as long as you get him at the start here, he's not too terrible. He's really good at getting hit by Bloomers, so. Right, cool. He's got. So when you deplete his first HP bars, he goes into this phase. This is clock. We do this reality shift. If you fail this reality shift, it resets the fight. Shoutouts to Dessa because world record for this game. It does have a failure to this clock, but the rest of the run was so cracked that it didn't matter. So now in clock phase, he's going to send out little dudes and they're going to try and attack me. So I need to kill this clock before the timer runs out on it. So the reason why I have high jump is because it makes it easier to dodge these guys. And there you go. Right, so we've got one more dive and then we've got the final boss here. So once we beat this, Riku saves Sora from getting Norted, but he's still stuck in a nightmare, so we've got to go inside Sora's dream and be like, wake up, my guy, wake up! And that's what we're going to go do. Right, so we have to touch the Soras now as we go down here. Sorry, tag them if you're going to be specific with what the dialogue says. There's way more than 30 Soras, so you don't have to worry too much about which ones to tag, and you just have to tag enough before you get to the bottom. Because if you get to the bottom and you haven't tagged 30, you do have to restart the whole dive. You keep the number of Soras tagged, but you need to do the whole dive again. Yeah, why don't I wake up so my homie's got to jump into my dreams and hit me. I did say in a marathon run once that you thrust into your friends, but that's like, you know, obviously like, you know, not the way you want to phrase it. Right, so this Unventor's Nightmare. Unventor's Nightmare is kind of annoying because he doesn't make a lot of damage in the black room, but when there's white room, as you can see, I don't have my dream eaters. So you want Spirit Rolls when it's in black room, but then you want obviously a lingering Spirit Roll when it enters the white room. So unfortunately, the crux of this fight is I'm just going to blindly Galena, and hopefully I get damage. And time does come up at the end of this fight, so be ready on attack, please. On the English version, you have to wait here for a second. On Japanese, he goes immediately. That's time. Yo. 201's pretty good, actually. But yeah, that is Dream Drop Distance, NG Plus at beginner any percent. Thank you RPGSU for having me. Shoutouts to the Kingdom Hearts speedrunning community. Shoutouts to the boys that run this game and every other game. If you want to learn any of the KH games, you can use the speedrun.com to come into the Discord, chat with us.
Sora!
Pick up any of the games, really. We have resources for like all of them. I will be back later this week. I've got 2 more runs I've got to do because RPGSU just blessing you with massive gaming, as it's been quoted to be. But I believe you have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon next with Crawl, which is pretty hype. Hopefully Bro can get a skitty pretty quickly, because last time I watched Crawl do this game at a marathon, it took him like 4 or 5 resets to get the right Pokemon, and I was like, oh bruh, that's not it. But yeah, that's it from me. Enjoy the rest of the day.